That's what we're gonna do now.
All right, we're using these.
Yes.
Ready?
Yeah.
We cheersing or
Mhm.
something?
Hey, Colleen.
Hey, Alicia.
Welcome to
Right
Fucking
now.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, we're in person.
We're in person.
Yay.
Mm.
With our fresh, clean water. So I am delighted to be in Hailey, Idaho with Colleen, visiting my dear friends Colleen and Graham in their new beautiful home here in the Sun Valley area.
Yes, yes. We're super excited to have Alicia here. This is, actually, she is our first guest. So yay.
So fun. Okay, so we have no idea what we're going to talk about today.
But we can't pass up the opportunity to record since she's leaving tomorrow. So we have a deck of kind of mixed cards. We're going to shuffle them. I'm going to shuffle, and then Alicia's going to pick, and we hope we're going to get something that we can talk about.
We know we're going to get something we can talk about, and it'll be fun.
It will be super fun.
So it's a mixed deck. Some ask and it is given.
And go
What
ahead.
else?
And then some Cheryl Richardson cards.
Cheryl Richardson's cards. Okay.
We
The
have
front says, when my desires and beliefs are a vibrational match. I'm going to show those of us following along on YouTube. Colleen, what's standing out to you on this image?
the sunflower for sure.
Yep.
The bee, the sun.
Happy bee. I love the little happy bee. Bees have been a theme for me.
Yes.
Okay. The back says, that which is like unto itself is drawn. So the vibration of your being must match the vibration of your desire. Another way of saying that is your desire and your beliefs must be vibrational match in order for you to receive that which you desire.
All right, here we go.
Feels on point. So I really, one of the things I want to call out first, the fact that they use the word desire and they're not using the word want.
Right.
Some people say that there's kind of that vibrational difference between the word want and desire. Want implies
something you don't have.
Separation from what it is that we desire. Whereas, I don't know, what's your thought on the word desire versus want?
Words are personal, so I believe that words can mean different things to different people, and that it doesn't have to have a negative connotation for somebody. I think that Abraham suggests using the word desire in case want does have a negative association with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I like that point. And, at the end of the day, words are just vibration. They are
absolutely
just vibration. Somebody could be speaking gobbledygook, but if it's fun, happy gobbledygook, then it's fun and happy vibration,
Right.
So I think you're right. It is a very personal thing. I was having a discussion one day with a friend about the word failure. And I apparently have some sort of vibrational hang up on failure because I was like, no, it's not a failure. If you learn something, like it's a great learning opportunity. He's like, yeah, Alicia, but I don't have a hang up with the word failure.
Right.
And to him, failure meant like, oh, cool, something to learn from. So I thought it was just interesting for him to highlight for me my hang up on that word failure, and he loves that word.
And he didn't have an issue with it, even though it represents something to you that you do have an issue with. Yeah. I think that's an important fact about our language, with the different words and our different associations.
Yeah, we have another dear friend who is from a land down under. And he uses the C word all the time, which I would say it. I just don't want to get censored by YouTube. But, it's just interesting that like culturally.
Right. And our culture frowns upon it.
Yeah. So much so that YouTube might censor it if I use said C word. But down under,
it's no big deal.
It's part of everyday language.
Right.
For adults. I don't think kids are using it, but anyway, so back to the question at hand. Desires and beliefs.
So we can know where we're what we are focusing on by what we are experiencing in our life.
Yep.
And our desires can become a reality as soon as we believe that they will be. And so the process of creating the space for them to become a belief so that we are manifesting them into physical reality instead of in dreamland where they start, right? A thought, an idea begins in our mind, and then we continue to think about it, get more ideas on it until eventually it comes into fruition. And we can tell how close we are to our desire by how we feel along the way. And when we are feeling scared and what other word? Anxious,
doubtful,
then we know that we in that particular moment we're moving away from our desire instead of probably in the direction that we want to be going to or in, which is the direction of the manifestation of what it is we want in our life experience.
Yeah.
So,
well, and the other thing that we've even seen in the last couple days is the faster that we become that vibrational match, the faster we can receive that desire. And we always, I know I use the words like something big versus small, and the universe doesn't
decipher.
Yeah, they don't put those qualifications around our desires. But just little things of like, yesterday at lunch, my dirty chai, I was like, gosh, is there even espresso in here? I'm not even sure. And, had my friends check and they're like, maybe. And then I walk in and I speak to the barista and she's like, here. And she just had a shot ready to go. And she added a shot of espresso. So yeah, just that like, well, it was clearly within a very close vibrational range for that to happen within seconds of me.
Right. Like instant manifestation of your desire. So your belief of, can I have what I want, which, this might be small. We're talking about a beverage, but it's the same idea of your belief matched your desire and you were able to have it in that instant. And we can take that practice into any scenario, regardless of the size of it, and begin to shape our beliefs into what we want. And so how do we do that?
Yeah, I think practice, just continued practice. I think recognizing all of the moments when our desires and beliefs are aligning, and we're at that point of receiving. And I think that was another interesting word in the full description here. Your desires and your beliefs must be a vibrational match in order for you to receive that which you desire, right? Not for you to create it, not for you to acquire it. Like I just thought it was a really interesting use of that word receive.
And that brings up the point for me that Abraham says that our desires are 99 point something already created before they manifest. And so that fits into that. It's like once you're open to receiving it, then it's that 100% manifestation. So it's lining ourselves up for the receiving. And in order to do that, we have to believe. Our desire our beliefs have to match our desire has to match our belief.
Yep. And I loved what you were saying earlier in terms of using our emotional guidance system to decipher how close are we to that desire. Because I think I've had those experiences where I'm getting closer and closer to my desire and I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling the anticipation. Yeah, I might not be at that point of full knowing or full being of that thing that I do desire. So
it's not, you're not quite receiving it, but you're using your emotions to demonstrate that, yes, I'm on my way, stay on track, right? Because if you're feeling good about it, stay on track instead of turning away and doubting it and introducing different emotions that are going
Mhm.
to take you in an opposite direction. And I think that can be a challenge to
Mhm.
trust, to believe that it is on its way, and we can use our emotions to help us decipher, well, which way am I heading? Am I
Mhm.
heading towards what I want? Am I heading away from it? And it doesn't even need to be on topic,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
So
It
you can be working on a desire, creating something that you want, and be focused on something completely different that makes
Mhm.
you feel good
Yep.
and brings you in closer vibrational proximity to what you are waiting for,
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
what is already yours.
So, and two different ideas that I like to play with when I have a desire, and I'm not quite yet to that vibrational match where I've
Mhm,
received it yet.
mhm.
There's two different methodologies that I like to think about. One is when Abraham talks about the idea of taking score too soon,
Yes.
right? And
Mhm,
so I'm looking for it in my physical reality outside of myself, like where
mhm.
is it? Where is it? And it's like, no, 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 you're taking score too soon. Just
Yes.
chill, right? Focus on that other thing that might have my attention or might be fun or exciting, and just trust, like, hey, it's coming, right? And that just sometimes I get the benefit of reminding myself, like, oh, oops, you're taking score
Mhm,
too soon. The other thing that I heard recently, I had the opportunity to go to the Bashar event in Sedona.
mhm.
And one of the things that Bashar said, that if something hasn't occurred in our physical reality, it hasn't needed to yet, right? Doesn't
Mhm.
mean that it's not going to, but if there is something I desire and I haven't experienced it yet in my physical reality, I haven't needed to
Okay.
yet, right? Doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but there was something that was kind of I'll say pacifying for me to be like,
Right, a
oh,
softening.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
not needed yet. And so I really I like that idea, and I've been playing with that one
Yeah, that's
recently.
fun, and it gives you a
So,
different perspective of not beating up on ourselves and
mhm,
a different way to look at, okay, so it simply hasn't happened yet.
yep.
It didn't need to happen, and then putting our focus on building that trust that it is coming. And yeah, and when you were explaining those two ideas, I also had the thought about, and this has been coming up for me a little bit, of having the trust in what you have decided. So
Mm,
let me try to come up with an example
yep.
of that. And sometimes we will do a practice. Okay, so let's say um, I'm doing my morning practice and I'm expecting, I want to feel good out of that physically. And if I wasn't feeling good, I might be waiting and waiting instead of deciding ahead of time,
Mm.
like, oh, I have some knee pain. This is made up. I actually don't, but I have some knee pain, and I trust through my studies that these couple actions are good for my knee.
Mhm.
So if I can trust that, then I don't need to take a guess and say, oh, is this helping or not? I can
Mhm.
already make that decision. What I'm doing for myself is helping.
Mhm.
So, how many things do we do that are good for ourselves that we can say, this is going to have good results,
Yep.
instead of waiting and looking and seeing, oh, is this enough? Am I doing enough?
Mhm.
Make the decision and have your desire match up with your belief
Yep.
that I am doing what I need to do for
Mhm.
whatever the
Yep.
situation is.
Yeah, and some spiritual teachers talk about that idea of just be, right? It's a state
Mhm,
of being.
mhm,
Be happy, be healthy, be abundant, be
mhm,
wealthy, right? And it's a choice. And there's that idea of, like, sometimes when you're just like so tired, maybe you didn't sleep super soundly the night
mhm,
before, and yet there are times where, like, I'm like, okay, I've got a whole bunch of client calls today, but I'm just gonna be awake. I'm gonna be on point.
mhm,
I'm gonna be focused, and I'm gonna focus that way. And then, hey, I get there.
mhm,
Another thing I've been playing with recently, just recently, started doing like the 1 day a week fast,
Oh, yeah, you were
right?
telling me about that.
Yeah, and so it's this idea of like, no, I'm just going to be satiated, right? I'm just going to choose to be satiated because I know that I can easily do the other way, where I can start thinking about food and then like all of a sudden I make myself hungry.
Mhm.
So choosing to
So
be
you're making that decision ahead of time, and then therefore your results are driven by
Yep,
that
absolutely. And it's worked so far.
because you're creating a belief.
Yep, precisely.
Right.
So, and I don't know, maybe some people would say it's brainwashing, but in that case, it's like, well, brainwashing is a good thing. Like I'm choosing that
Right.
state of being. I'm
Mhm.
choosing to wash in quotes my brain that way. And so
Mhm.
I'll take that type of brainwashing any
Sure.
day.
Right. It just has that negative association, but doesn't need to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that said, what are you being? What's in your world of desire that you're being?
That I'm being?
Hmm.
Hmm. Good question. I'm being present for a lot of new fun projects since living
Mm,
here and some things that I'm working on. So being for me right now is creation and trusting and seeing something come to fruition that is only 99 point
mhm.
dot 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 percentage of reality. And I believe and I'm trusting that it will that I will receive. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, to use one of the examples that we've been chatting about since being here, Colleen is working on publishing some of her beautiful photography. And so I've been able to take in some of the prototypes of what she's publishing based on items hung around their flat, different photos that she's taken that are in various formats of printing and also
Mhm,
in card form. And so I think that that's a really cool example of like, prototyping on a small scale
mhm.
of this like larger desire, I think is a really cool way in which, now you're not at that 99.1%, you're the 99.5% or whatever that might
Right.
be
Mhm.
in that incremental step on the way. So
And it has been helpful to do it that way, to make it more of a reality for myself.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
really cool.
thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, great practice too.
Yeah.
I love that. And, it ties into my tech background world where we prototype products, prototype
Mhm,
things that we're building. But it's a good way to play with like that creation idea in a very
mhm.
3D way.
It
So
is,
yeah,
definitely, and it makes it less scary. So
mhm,
for
for sure.
anybody who's trying new projects,
Yep.
start small.
Yep. Prototype, play, learn. Um, you know, by learning what does and doesn't work, we know what we want on the next iteration. So yeah, good
Yeah.
stuff. Cool. Okay. Any other thoughts on our beautiful when my desires and beliefs are a vibrational match? I'm in a position to receive it.
I think we did really well with bringing this full circle and
Hey, we had a desire to have a topic
and
and
we got
we were a
one
match to it. So nice
and
job.
we received our desire
We did.
immediately. We got instant manifestation
Yep.
for a topic to talk about today.
We were matches.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for doing another episode. And
Yes.
until next time, thanks, friends.
Ciao.